Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be recapping today's NBA games from Sunday, November 5th. Not a lot of games on the NBA slate for November 5th, only 5 games, but we saw some very interesting matchups. I mean, you saw the great rivalry, which I love, the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. You saw an overtime game for Victor Wembanyama, and you saw Pistons head coach Monty Williams to go up against his former team, the Phoenix Suns, for the first time. And you saw a couple other good games. Even the Memphis Grizzlies, after starting off the season 0-6, finally got their first win of the season. Let's recap it all. The Suns beat the Pistons 120-106. That was, this game was in Detroit. It wasn't Monty Williams' first game back in Phoenix. But the Suns did give him a little bit of a present, and that was a big L, as the Suns win at 120-106. They were without Devin Booker and Bradley Beal in this game. That's no problem, though, because Kevin Durant had 41, 5, and 4. Eric Gordon had 21. Grayson Allen had 14. And Josh Okogie came off the bench. He's been starting for them, and he had 10. So the Suns made a little bit of a starting lineup change. I mean, I like that move from Frank Vogel. I mean, you lost 3 games in a row. You make a starting lineup change. I think that's a smart move from the Suns. But let's see if Josh Okogie stays coming off the bench. For the Pistons, 26 points from Cade Cunningham, 22 points from Marcus Sasser, the rookie. They had no Jaden Ivey in this game. He had an illness. 12 and 11 from Durant. Asar Thompson with a great game, 14, 9, and 4 with 4 steals and 4 blocks, and shot 2 for 3 from 3. Great game for him. And the Pistons lose at 120-106. Great comeback for the Toronto Raptors. They were down 19 going into halftime. I think that at one point they were down 20 in the ball game. They scored only 35 points in the first half, won this game 123-116 in overtime. They scored 35 points in the first half, scored 36 in the third quarter, and 39 in the fourth quarter. So great basketball. And also another thing is this is funny. They scored 13 points in the second quarter. They scored 13 points in overtime. So just a whole different. They were a different team in the second half. And Scotty Barnes had an amazing fourth quarter for the Raptors. He had a near triple-double. He had 30, 11, and 6. Great on the defensive end as well with 3 steals and 3 blocks. Had the steal to send the game to overtime as well. Dennis Schroeder had 24 points and 6 assists, although he had a terrible shooting night from the outside, 1 for 8 from 3. Siakam had a terrible game, 8, 6, and 5. OG Anunoby had 24 and 7, while Jakob Poeltl had 16 and 10, and 10 points for Gary Trent Jr. For the Spurs, 26 for Keldon Johnson, no Devin Vassell for them, 20 and 9 for Victor Wembanyama, and 21 and 11 and 5 for Zach Collins. The Cavs and the Warriors. The Cavs beat the Warriors. The Warriors end their 5-game winning streak, which was the biggest winning streak. That and them and the Celtics have the biggest winning streak in the NBA, both at 5. But the Cavaliers snapped that winning streak. Now the Celtics hold the biggest winning streak in the NBA, 115-104 the final score. This was really the Warriors' first game against a fully healthy team this year. I mean, first game against the Suns, they lost to the Suns. The Suns didn't have Bradley Beal. Second game against the Kings, the Kings didn't have Kevin Huerter in the second half. That's their starting shooting guard, because he only played like 15 minutes of the ball game, got hurt in the second half, or early. He got hurt in the first half, either the first half or early in the second half. Third game against Houston Rockets, only won by 10. They struggled as a team. The Rockets were without their best player off the bench, Tari Eason, and their second best rebounder, Tari Eason, as well. And also their backup center, Jock Landale. I know it's the Rockets, but the Rockets have been playing some decent basketball, and that was a competitive game as well. Even though the Warriors only won by 10, the Rockets had a 2-point lead with 6 minutes to go in that game. That was last Sunday. And then also their fourth game against the Pelicans didn't have Trey Murphy or Brandon Ingram. And then against the Sacramento Kings again, they didn't have De'Aaron Fox. They only won by 1 point. Then against the Thunder didn't have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They only won by 2. So their games, they're playing great basketball. I'm not denying that. The Warriors look good, and they're a good team. But so far, they are beating teams that are not 100% healthy. Now they go up against a Cleveland Cavaliers team, which is pretty much 100% healthy, and they lose by 11 points, 115-104. 31 points for Donovan Mitchell with 7 assists, 24 points for Darius Garland, 13 and 16 for Evan Mobley, and 15 for Max Strus. Also 12 and 9 for Jared Allen. For the Warriors, 28 for Curry, 18 for Draymond with 8 assists, 15 for Klay Thompson, and 15 points for Jonathan Kuminga in 20 minutes. Chris Paul and Wiggins struggled massively. The Mavs get a huge comeback win against the Hornets, 124-118, as they outscored them by a total of 18 points in the second half. 124-118 is the final score. Luka was 1 assist away from a triple-double, 23, 12, and 9. 18 for Grant Williams, 15 and 14 for Derek Lively II. Kyrie had a double-double with 18 and 10. Tim Hardaway Jr. had 16. Dwight Powell had 10. Jaden Hardy had 14. The Hornets had 3 scorers with 20 or more, and they almost had 4. 20 and 20 for P.J. Washington and Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward had 8 assists. Mark Williams had 19 and 10, and then a triple-double for LaMelo Ball. 30, 10, and 13 for LaMelo Ball. Then the final game, the Grizzlies beat the Blazers to end the Blazers. Were the Blazers on a 2-game winning streak or a 3-game winning streak? Something like that. It was a 3-game winning streak for the Blazers. They'd won their last 3 games, and the Grizzlies now snapped that. Their last 3 games they won against the Raptors, the Pistons, and the Grizzlies, and when they played each other on Friday in the in-season tournament. Now the Grizzlies get a win, 112-100. Grizzlies started off the season 0-6. Now they get their first win of the season. Great performance from Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. 30 for Bane, 27 for Jaren Jackson Jr. Bismack Biyombo got the start. He had an 8 and 11. This is his first game as a Memphis Grizzly. Also 15 points for Luke Kennard, and that was a great win for them. 27 points for Jeremy Grant. They didn't have Scoot Henderson in this game. He did not play, and still without Anthony Simons. 18 points for Shaedon Sharpe, though. 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 11 assists for Malcolm Brogdon. Great win for the Grizzlies. So that recaps today's NBA games. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out.